I'm ready.
How do I start this again?
Hi, it's Byron, Lazine, Nicole White, and you're tuned into episode...
No, you're tuned into episode...
89.
Yeah. Right.
Is it 89?
88.
Should we do something for 90?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You're tuned into episode... No, that's not how I start it.
No.
Why do I not know how to start it right now? This is Byron, Lazine, and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 88 of The Real Word.
Word is up.
The word is up.
Everyone just always turns to me. Sam turns to me.
I'm trying to see if she remembers the line.
Of course I remember. I remember my lines better than you remember yours.
I know. We only have 2 lines.
Me?
The whole show.
This show, yes.
The rest of it's opinions. So if you're new to the show, these are our opinions of what's happening in our real estate industry. I think it's important for us to protect our industry and to know what is going on. That's why we do the show. Right, Nicole?
Right.
Did you second that?
Second it.
All right. Look at that. It's like a little meeting.
Oh, yeah. It's like a town council meeting.
That's right.
Do you second that motion?
All right.
Protect
Racket
it.
number 1.
We're
We're going to do
protecting it.
2 rackets and then our marketeer of the week. The first racket is a Brad Inman article. I like we bumped it back. We usually record on Mondays. Today's Tuesday as we record this. Well,
yeah,
Brad,
I feel like there's like a different tone to you on a Tuesday. Yeah, you're kind of more like bedroom voice.
Bedroom voice. Jeez, wow. I didn't know I had I don't have much to say in the bedroom. You know, I don't do much talking there. All right. This was today at 6:37 a.m.
Yeah, right. So we got all the new news because we're on Tuesday instead of Monday.
New news in sickness and in health. The rocky marriage of Wall Street and real estate. Mm-hmm. So you want to give Brad's analogy here? You want to cover that?
Well, I'm not there. You want me to? I wish you had.
You read it.
Well, I read it, but I'll probably slaughter it.
Well, Brad's not too keen on the relationship of real estate and Wall Street working out long term. He cites some examples.
I have it here. Main Street and Wall Street are like 2 old high school lovers who have...
Raucous.
Is that what it is?
I think so. It's something
Raucous?
Like that. Right.
Wait, come on. Vanessa's on the phone.
Yeah, she's on mute though.
Well, unmute her. Raucous.
Yeah, something like
Gracious,
that.
Raucous affair.
An affair.
At their class reunion every few years. The comparison ends there. Intimate classmates rarely face dire consequences because it sounds like we constantly are facing consequences once real estate gets in bed with Wall Street.
And so Brad goes on to explain the consequences that real estate has seen when partnering with real estate. The last subprime mortgage crisis, obviously, or the one that comes to mind being in 2007. Talks about Realogy quite a bit here, talking about how much debt they have right now, $3.6 billion in debt. But this is all from past credit card expenses, if you will. He references in 2007 when they were bought for $7 billion when they had $6 billion in debt, so their debt's gone down. And then 2012 they went public, but the debt did not go away, and management has struggled being able to innovate and attract new agents with the lack of innovation, right?
Right.
And so he kind of goes through that whole thing. Where I kind of got a little lost, Brad, is he talked about Zillow for sure, but he grouped Rich Barton in with Gary Keller, with Robert Refkin, with Remax. By grouping them in, he's basically saying, he's not saying that he's not Wall Street backed, because clearly Zillow's Wall Street backed.
Yeah.
He's more talking about their ability to innovate, even despite the fact that all their innovation is holding back the stock price to some degree because investors are nervous about where they're going.
No, the article I will agree, kind of does go back and forth because it talks about the success of Remax, but they're now publicly traded. But when it wasn't, there was tons of antics going on. But then again, he does back up the fact that Zillow will do fine and will continue to do fine in this market. And then obviously Keller Williams is still privately owned. So it was sort of, I'm here to support you.
Gary Keller has shown the ability to move when he needs to move. If you follow the show, I obviously have.
Because he's able to.
Yeah, he's able to, and I have an admiration for him doing just that, right? Seeing trends in the market, seeing around corners, and the investments he's making right now in AI are the investment or the level of investments that a company, to Brad's point, that real G brands can't do right now because they are fighting this uphill battle to pay down debt, to get the stock to get out of the basement, right, and get back up where most of their investors bought it, which is well above where they're currently being traded. And so to me, this is more about that. Can you innovate? Can you build a brand today in 2019, going into 2020, that's going to actually attract agents without going into further debt? See Compass, right? Mm-hmm. And Realogy just can't do it. We talked about it last week.
Well, that's because they also, really have sort of, like it's stating in the article, like this anchor that's constantly sort of over their head. Like it's like that like gray cloud that they're carrying this debt with them, which also doesn't really allow them. I think also because they're now public since the crisis, I think there's a lot more red tape though too. You can only do so many things being a publicly traded company.
Right. So. And so here, go to the end of this article. We're going to link it up. It's an Inman article. Obviously, Brad wrote it. And the last three lines are really interesting to me. Real estate has always been an industry of individual achievement, whether it be top producing agents or characters like Keller, Lininger, Barton, or Refkin today. Now Wall Street is again fully invested in real estate, providing bonanza funding for the audacious buying experiment. I would argue it's not an experiment, but billions are once again flooding Main Street. Watch this closely. Consequences are inevitable.
Holla.
I think for Real G, consequences will be inevitable. It's inevitable right now because of the fact that they're losing some of their top teams and they're not attracting top talent like Compass or Keller Williams still is today. What I don't think is going to be an inevitable consequence.
You caught yourself.
Is Zillow, right? I don't think you can lump them into that category because what have they done, and I'll continue to say it, better than anybody in real estate in the last 15 years? They've built the brand.
Well, they built the brand before they built the real estate company. I mean, we're talking about sort of apples and oranges a little bit. I mean, I know that Zillow is obviously very much getting into like the real estate company business.
You nailed it.
It's just, it went a different way.
They built the brand before they built the real estate company, and so people think they're crazy with all this change they're doing right now, but they're backing into all the things that they know they can and will do because they've got that brand awareness.
Well, right, because I mean the biggest thing there is that I have even buyers now like, oh, let me hop on Zillow, I want to see that house, I just saw a for sale sign in front. So it's still very much to the consumer, that right, an information based site, not an insurance or a real estate company per se. So very interesting.
Very interesting. All right, racket number 2.
It would be fun to have Brad on one of our, maybe we can have like,
that would be very
Brad. All those people that like do like the headsets and there's like 3 screens.
Yeah, I like doing that.
You do?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little distracting, but we should do that one time. I'd participate
with
in
Brad.
that event. Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
That'd be fun.
Brad, shout out to you.
We could be, you and I could be in different locations too, so that there's,
yeah.
Because then doesn't the screen move depending
we'll
on
who's talking? We'll do in the winter when I'm in Florida.
Well, that's not fun, but yes.
Not fun now. All right, racket number 2. Homeowners can charge game day rents to sports fans. What do you think about this? We just ended week 1 of the 100th NFL season.
Yes.
College game day is a huge sport in this country, obviously. Football is back. People are loving it.
Love it.
What do you think about this almost Airbnb play?
Well, I think it's probably, and I'm confident that it's been going on forever. So when I was down at Texas A&M, I actually didn't realize how College.
Yeah, you were just in College
Yes,
Station.
College Station, and I had no idea I didn't realize that college football was so large. Again, we're up here in Connecticut. UConn is like meh, I mean, they have a stadium that's
Northeast college football in general is meh.
It is meh. I mean, it is from what I understand, because I was never there for a game, but I have been to their field. I mean, their entire lives center around A&M down there, but for probably almost 3 miles around their stadium, there are tailgates for these events. I mean, there's homes that I was hooked up with a few builders down there, and even some of their communities that they're building miles away from the stadium, they know that there's going to be A&M alum buying these homes just to use for games. So they don't even live in Texas, but lots of people come back for the games. There are tons of people that have season tickets, and they're just buying these homes just to be there for the game. So none of this surprises me. I'm certain that this has probably been going on much longer than, we're actually recognizing. It's just the prices are crazy.
I have a friend in Naples, Florida.
Yeah.
He went and bought a house in South Bend.
Yeah.
Notre Dame.
I think that's on this.
It's the number one list.
Yeah.
It's the number one. And this is, so here's the list. The top 7 places with the highest rents on game days.
Yeah.
According to the analysis were number 1, South Bend. So Notre Dame, $817 a night on game days, which is why they would go up. I'm
curious what that is, though. Is that like a 1-bedroom apartment, or is that like
That's
a house?
True. It doesn't get into
you get
that.
a house, I mean, families are going to these games. This isn't just like you're going out and like tailgating with your friend.
I don't think you're getting a house for that unless it's very small. Because,
I doubt it.
Because my friend who I'm talking about, they were renting houses because he's a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
So they were doing that every single season. And then he started doing the math. He's like, houses in South Bend aren't that expensive.
Right.
I'm just going to go buy, or not expensive and compare it, right?
Right.
I'm just going to go buy one and use it.
Yeah.
And so, but they're really only going to be using it, there's probably 5 home games or something a year. We're talking about 5
I mean,
but
but again, and that's what's so different about sort of the North and the South. I mean, it is just like, it is and I don't want to use the word cult because that just has like a negative, but like it is.
Well, Indiana's not the South.
It is such a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like
so
it is.
Notre Dame
amazing.
football is crazy. I've got a bunch of friends that are Notre Dame fans. I am not, so I love to see them lose, even though I don't even have a college team. I just like to root against everybody's college teams because I'm only an NFL fan, and I massively disrespect the college fans and their love for it. But I root against all of their teams.
Do I have permission to?
No, you have no permission on this show. Okay, not on this show. Number 2 is Ann Arbor, Michigan. Then you've got University of Alabama. Makes a lot of sense. They've been crushing it. Penn State is number 4. They're still in there despite the Joe Pa debacle, right?
Yeah.
Auburn, number 5. Virginia. People hate it. Every time Penn State comes up that are big Penn State fans, I always bring up Joe Pa. Like, what about Joe Pa and the other guy, the molester? I always need to just make that statement.
You just like to stir.
Around Penn State.
You like to salt and stir.
Hate Penn State.
Salt and stir.
I hate the NCAA. I'm fully supportive. LeBron James, if you saw it in the news last week, he's trying to push legislators in California to push a bill that would allow these college athletes to get paid for their brand. Right, because they're building this incredible brand, which brings people into these games and just pumps money through these universities.
The schools and the NCAA are
and they're the ones
tons of money.
And they're telling these kids, no, you can't even go out and sign autographs,
or you can't even accept
absurd.
Like Nike shoes.
It is so stupid. The NCAA. This is why I won't have a college football team, and we're totally going way off of topic here.
We may lose some followers here.
I hate you, NCAA. Period. End of story. You guys are that's a total racket.
Okay.
Talk about a racket. NCAA. Huge racket.
Awesome.
All right. Virginia Tech is 6. And then University of Mississippi is 7. All right. We'll link this up. This is a Realtor Mag.
But I'd love to hear, again, people that are living in cities. Again, I mean, I didn't even realize that college. I mean, I knew the college football, but like being immersed into, I didn't have any idea how big it was. I'd love to hear what you guys are getting for rents or what you're doing.
We're big fans of the experience. So say you take just a 4-bed.
Well, trust me, I will be going to an A&M game after going. Oh, I have to. Yeah. I mean.
Well, think about this. Like, because we're so big on Airbnb, VRBO experiences. What if you took a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house, decked it out, like, because you're not worried if you're just looking for game day rents. You're not worried about, painting it. What's your favorite gray color? What do you like? What is it?
I like a few of them.
You like a few of them?
Yeah, don't call me out on any.
They
do. I mean, I like Harbor Gray.
Harbor Gray, there you go.
Yeah.
Instead of going Harbor freaking Gray, you just paint the A&M colors all over the walls, but you have built-in grills, maybe a little field goal net in the back where people can do activities, all of the tailgating.
Would you participate in that?
This is just what people like.
Okay.
This is what people like to do.
Yeah, that's what you
on their
like to do?
college game day.
Yeah.
Giving more money to the NCAA.
It's actually very contradictory to that, though. There are some hotels down there, though, that are they are beautiful, but not hokey kind of like that. But you would actually enjoy the experience. I'm gonna have to drag you down there. It's quite magnificent. But anyway.
All right, our marketeer of the week goes to Tim Smith over there in Newport, California. We covered it on a previous
a while
back when he released the video "Teach Me How to Duffy." If you haven't seen this video yet, we'll link it up or Google it. You can
I'm sure you've seen it. If you're in the real estate business,
yeah,
and
you've
haven't
had to have seen
it,
this by now.
Shame on you.
But here's why he's the marketeer of the week, because not only was it the video of the year in real estate, he sold the house. And not only did he sell the house, Nicole, he set a Newport Harbor record. So now what a story Tim has to tell to prospective sellers. Hey, yeah, that video that got all that attention.
They're all going to demand another.
Teaching me how to Duffy. Well, they're
going to demand another video.
This was a $35 million house, so he's going to say, "Yeah, you got a $35 million property. Let's roll." Right. So that's
congratulations. That's amazing.
That shattered the record in Newport Harbor. So clearly, the video got a ton of attention. He listed it for $44.9 million. So they only carved $10 million off the list price. I mean, it's big deal, right?
One weekend.
It's the highest priced home ever in Newport Harbor. So congrats to Tim.
It's awesome.
Getting it done after
for sure.
What was Nicole's favorite video?
Of all time.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was fine. And I do want a Duffy though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those Duffy boats they look fun. Yeah. Even I could have some fun on that.
I would do that. You don't know how to have fun.
Yeah. All right. If you guys know a marketeer of the week that we should be checking out and highlighting on this show, please send it in. Leave us a comment. Do all that good stuff.
Smash it.
Yeah, smash it all. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Keep it real.